Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Overrun. Going in our Overrun. Want to say thanks to all the patrons out there for joining us.
Is this available for $1?
$1. You guys would be stunned at how far $1. I get a big smile on my face, even when I get a little notification that says you got a new $1 patron. But I think it's fantastic. It really does help the show. Because that one person in that one moment did more for us than they would do in a lifetime of simply watching the show. I think it's fantastic. Anyways. No non-news today, right?
Yeah, it was kind of a thin news day as it was, as you could probably tell based on our episode.
Today, I'll be honest with you, that thumbnail that I did today,
It was worth it, though.
it was like my proudest tabloid-esque moment. It was
pretty tabloidy.
I could probably get a job at the Sun? The Sun.
Yeah.
That's the rag over there.
Daily Mail.
Yeah. I was listening to a Mark Maron podcast with John Cleese over the weekend, and it's absolutely terrific. It is so good. And John Cleese goes on a rant about British newspapers and just how awful they are and how in the pocket they are for everybody. He's like, there was a poll that was released in Europe, and the UK came in 33rd out of 33 European countries, and how trusted their press is.
Wow.
He says, but nobody in England saw it because the newspapers blocked it. They didn't let the poll run. So yeah, I could be with that thumbnail.
You could. That could be
The quote makes it.
That's
Take me with you.
That's what makes it, yeah.
And then a large Sasha and a small revival.
Yeah.
That's good.
It was good.
That's really good.
Zach Stolpa says, Steve, just admit you're a Brady fan, not a Patriots fan.
Zach Stolpa might be worse than you when it comes to gatekeeping. Truly. No, I'm actually a bigger fan of Belichick. Guy's a genius.
Did you watch the 30 for 30 on him and Bill Parcells?
I told you this before. I watched like part of it. I watched
really
like
good.
half of it. No, I know. It's
really
awesome. And they're all sitting there awkwardly, and it's weird.
Yeah.
Like, they don't really know how. Like, Belichick especially doesn't quite understand how to human.
No, not at all.
Yeah. There's like
Not
weird. There's like, isn't that the one? There's like home movie footage of him with his kids, and he's like he's like kind of humanish.
Yeah, I think so.
Like, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's great, man. That dude's crazy. He's like the Jordan, but a coach in NFL. He's like crazy.
Well, yeah, he's super competitive.
Yeah, exactly. Like, but crazy.
Yeah.
Legit. Love it.
Didn't have to cheat, though.
Cheating
things too far.
No, I love it. It's all like, come on, dude, football's so shady anyway. Everything about it's so shady. I've seen any given Sunday. What a shady game that is.
Yeah, that documentary.
I think there's more document. What do you think is more?
What do you
legit?
think is more grounded in truth, JFK or?
I was literally about to ask you that same question.
Probably JFK.
Which is zero grounded in
Yeah.
truth. Zero.
Suplex
Better
Casey,
coach.
Belichick or Popovich?
Well, a better person is Popovich.
Without a doubt.
He might be like top 3 people in the world.
Could be, yeah.
Like, seriously. Better coach? I don't know, man. I kind of think it's Here's the thing about Pop that makes him such a good coach. Guys like him, Kerr, they realize that it's a player's league.
Stan Van?
Top 3 person. You need to build a fucking wall. Stan Van is the man.
Yeah, Stan Van.
And he's got handles.
Yeah, he's got mad handles. And his brother, his jumper is wet. Did you ever see Jeff Van Gundy shoot free throws? He doesn't miss.
Yeah.
Fundamentally sound.
Oh, dude, those Van Gundy kids. There's something great. Anyways, let's talk about Solo.
Hold on, Ricky Scurry said Patriots going to the Super Bowl again. Real or fake?
That's real, baby. That's real.
I wish it was fake.
Oh, it's real and it's great.
I'm so tired of them.
Real and it's great.
So tired of them.
It's a great day. A great day.
No.
I got to get my Brady shirt out. I got 2 weeks to get a Brady shirt.
I think he said I have to get my Brady shirt out. And then he said I got 2 weeks to get one. Which one is it? Do you have one or no?
No, man. I don't have one.
Fan you are.
Tom Brady. Hey, I don't have any Kings jerseys, though. Well, I have a hat. I never wear it, though. It's so ugly. Tom Brady shirt. Amazon Prime had one.
Yeah. I remember you looked last year when the Eagles were going to play in the Super Bowl. You looked, but you didn't get anything because it was too expensive.
I'm going to get a used one. Tom Brady.
A jersey?
Was it Tom Brady? Oh, man. Look at that. $28 for a Topps baseball card.
Well, it's a football card.
Football card. Tom Brady.
Jersey or shirt.
shirt? Let's find out. Oh, man, look at that shirt. It just says, I just like winning. Heck yeah, dude.
Well,
so
that's
do
kind of
I.
your rationale for liking the Patriots.
Oh, this is the one. That's why it's perfect. Look at this one. Belichick Brady 2020. Oh, yeah. They'd probably be terrible for this country. Oh, look at that. The goat shirt. It's got a goat and the number 12 on it.
That's pretty funny, actually.
That's beautiful. Tom freaking Oh, so many great shirts. How do I choose? How many
of those are authorized Brady shirts? Probably none of them.
0.
You didn't see a cent from any of those.
All right, let's talk about Star Wars, man.
All right.
Solo. What a pile of shit, right? Am I right?
Why?
I'm so surprised. I'm stunned that you're not into it.
No,
everything about it was surface. There was no twists. It was all just, and then it had like a weird extra ending, like that. The whole thing about like it was so weird. Like that movie was over 2 hours long.
I don't know why you say it was all surface. I never got any indication from Empire Strikes Back that Han Solo and Lando Calrissian were like friends for life. They never. And here's the thing. This is why I appreciate
some
about
deeper shit there, man.
No, I don't think there is.
There should have been some
was.
deeper shit.
But here's the thing that I kind of.
They had instant chemistry that led me to believe there was some deeper shit there.
Yeah, Han took a ship.
He just shows up at the end.
Here's the thing, though. When Lando reveals that he betrayed Han and gave him to the Empire, his reading, Billy D. Williams' line reading is so flat. I had no choice. And it was like, okay, I guess he had at the time watching Empire Strikes Back and watching it up till I saw Solo, I was like, oh, he had to disassociate himself from betraying his friend, so he said it so flatly. But what if he did that purposely as a get back or a payback for Han taking his ship?
Oh, I think the direction would have been different.
We mean in this movie, in Solo?
No, in Empire.
But I think that's the idea about Solo is they went, because they had no idea that they were going to make a Solo prequel and they did Empire Strikes Back. That's my point.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
So now when I potentially I see Billy D. Williams stick it to Han, saying it flatly rather than disassociating himself or betraying his friend, he's saying it flatly because, yeah, this is my excuse for doing it, but really I'm just sticking it to you. It adds a different layer. So I don't know you can say it's a shallow movie because there's a lot of little references to other movies in the Star Wars oeuvre
you're crazy.
that fleshes things out a bit.
I don't think so.
You're just not as familiar with it as I am.
I don't think so.
No, I think
I'm
there is.
sorry. I'm not as familiar with what?
With Star Wars.
Oh, get at it.
You love your Star Trek. You're focused on that. That's fine.
It's a binary thing now.
It really is.
No, you're insane.
It's one or two. It's A or B.
This movie was shit. They hired the least charismatic
actor. He wasn't great.
No, he wasn't even good.
But he does. This is one thing.
There was zero.
Have you seen Hail Caesar, the Coen Brothers movie?
No, I never did.
He's in that.
Yeah.
And he plays this aw shucks, bright-eyed kid. And I don't know if they exactly hit the mark with the portrayal of young Han Solo, but I think the idea was that here's this young, naive guy who's looking to get off this planet. He's a wisecracker, likes to make jokes, doesn't take much seriously. And I think if they at the end, after his lady left him to run a criminal organization, if that had hardened him a bit, I think the problem isn't so much just his performance or his lack of acting abilities. I think there's not just a complete character arc. There's no real transformation by the end of the movie. But then in the movie, he's more or less the same character.
Yeah.
I think if he had gone through all this only for the dragon lady from Game of Thrones to leave him.
Yeah.
If he'd been like, well, shit, I gotta. This is gonna harden me. This is gonna dull my emotions. I think that would have made more sense.
Yeah, sure.
And I think if they had done that,
he should have been an asshole by the end.
Yes.
Although, hey, you know what I did appreciate? The Han shot first bit.
Yeah.
I really actually appreciated that because that was like a big thing with Lucas. Was
yeah.
Like, oh, he didn't.
I know. Yeah, you shot Woody Harrelson first.
But then he goes there and he holds his hand. How awesome when he just walks away.
I know. I mean, that's what I mean. Like at the end, he needed to get a bit more hardened.
He held his
but
hand.
at the same time, when he does, I
guess you can't want your audience isn't going to want to see a raging asshole on the screen. That was the problem. By the end of Solo, they had basically made him what he was by the end of Return of the Jedi.
I know, and that's why I mean that at the end of Solo, he needed to become that hardened.
He's a dick at the
emotionally
beginning of Star
removed.
Wars.
Yes, he is.
He's a dick.
He needed to start that transformation. He doesn't have to be immediate, but he had to start that transformation for what we saw in New Hope at the end of Solo. That I agree with, and that was a missed opportunity. What?
No, there's just some funny chatter here in chat. Alex C. #1 said, my big question was, why is Lando wearing Han's clothes at the end of Empire? He totally is.
Yeah.
Because that's all there was.
Yeah.
That's all there was. Like, he didn't have time to go get a duffel bag.
No.
No.
So,
yeah. Billy D was great, though. I mean, that's the thing.
Oh, he was incredible.
You just, it's sort of bit. Lacey made this point kind of tangentially last night. She's been watching a lot of British shows, right? And there's this one show, and I forget what it's called, but it's sort of a sex drama. There's this lady who, I know you've seen her before. I forget exactly. I could probably look it up in 2 seconds, but she's probably older, like maybe 45 or so, and she's very plain Jane looking, and she has lots of sex in this movie or in this TV show that the BBC put on. And Lacey was like, it's just kind of, I think she's still like, it's kind of like weird and off-putting because like here in America, we're used to these like, like people who don't age, they're all being cast in movies and TV shows.
Yeah.
And it just saps like for example, today, if they rebooted Quantum Leap, it wouldn't be some dude who looked like Scott Bakula, who's like virtually he's like a good-looking normal dude.
Yeah.
He's not like a Hollywood good-looking guy.
Have you seen, I haven't seen, they did a reboot, CBS did, of Magnum P.I.
Right, yeah.
And like the guy, he looks like
it's
he's
Jay Hernandez, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Good looking dude. He doesn't seem grizzled or experienced enough to play Magnum
We
P.I.
are probably 10 years older than Tom Selleck was when he started Magnum P.I. And he looks older, more experienced, more wizened. Grizzled than either of us.
Tough.
He's like a real dude.
Yeah.
Then they get this guy who's probably 40. He looks like he's 14.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because that's what they do. They just try to defy aging.
Yeah.
And so you get all these people who just look fake. Whereas back in the 80s and 90s, they got people who looked actually real, like real people. And in England, they're still doing that. Like they still have shows where people look like just normal people.
Yeah.
Like they're kind of ugly-ish, And that's great. I'd much rather see that.
Agreed.
And that's what this kid was. It's like they had him, and it's like he's just, man. There's like there's no Han Solo there. I don't know what
because he hadn't become Han Solo yet. He hadn't become Han Solo yet. But in the movie, he should have become more hardened, and then he
looks
would
like
have
a
become
different
Han
person.
Solo.
And every shot, every reaction of his is the same thing. Every time they would cut to him, it's like this. And there's like nothing. Get somebody who's been doing some Shakespeare or something. Get like somebody who hasn't like just been a waiter in L.A. giving out his 8x10 to everybody.
Well, he'd been in a Coen Brothers movie before.
And that should be good, but it was like what? Not a bit part, but it was a smaller part.
It was a smaller part, but it was. I don't know. He maybe like 15 minutes of screen time.
He was probably decent in it too, huh?
Yeah, so it's fine because I think it played to his strengths, which is kind of, naive,
shucks guy.
Shucks guy, and I think that's what they're kind of going for at the beginning of Han Solo.
Harrison Ford was a carpenter, and you could see it in his face.
Yes, I know.
That dude dealt with people who were upset with the work that he did in their house.
I understand, but we got to understand
this guy never
Han
had
Solo
that
because he hadn't had the experience yet.
Nah, man. You can have both. You can have it both ways. Here's the thing. Han Solo and Solo, he had a rough upbringing. They made that clear from frame one.
Yeah.
I think also, like, some of it is just the intangible stuff. And I get what you're saying with Ron Howard. You knew you were going to get going into it.
Yeah.
A workmanlike approach. But, God, that opening, like, chase, the car chase scene.
Oh, yeah.
It felt so lazy. Like, there was no, especially these days, maybe you just.
But like the train
more.
robbery action bit, I thought was pretty well done.
Yeah, that was okay.
The camera moved around
that was
a lot.
That was a bit better.
Yeah.
That was a bit better. The thing about these Star Wars movies, in the production design, is always immaculate.
Oh, yeah, they're impeccable.
They always get them down.
Yeah.
It's funny. Anybody who says Star Trek, it's kind of funny because they got this new show, Discovery, and it's just you can't mimic the look of. It's easier to mimic the look of something that came out in the 70s and 80s than it is to mimic the look of a show that came out in the 60s. Because, like, you can't go back to, like, the cardboard sets. It just doesn't work.
No.
And so a lot of people are like, well, it doesn't feel like Star Trek. Well, you got to look deeper than just what it looks like. And I think Discovery, actually does feel like Star Trek with the sci-fi ideas they're bringing to the table. I think they're pretty cool. But no, the production design is immaculate.
But I think Solo and kind of Rogue One hit upon an issue they have with these new Star Wars movies is, like, I kind of wanted to know what the original idea for Solo would have looked like on screen before Ron Howard came in. Because I will give credit to the Marvel movies is that to a certain extent there's a uniformity across all of them. They kind of look the same, but they all feel different because they let the filmmakers make the movies they want to make.
Yeah, they've gotten into that lately. Yeah. Sure. Like Thor Ragnarok.
Well, even the Guardians of the Galaxy movies,
sure, yeah,
tonally are so different than anything else.
They're James Gunn movies.
Yeah.
That's what they are. Yeah,
and they're allowing the directors to make, to a certain extent, personal movies using these characters.
What's the latest on Guardians 3, anyways?
I have no idea.
Have they figured out a director for that?
I don't know.
Is Batista still upset?
And Kathleen Kennedy hasn't found a way to bridge that gap to tell the stories that she thinks need to be told to propel the Star Wars universe in the direction she wants to go, while allowing these filmmakers to make the movies they want. So I know with Rogue One they reshot a lot of that.
A lot, yeah.
And I don't know exactly what was reshot. I don't know if the original idea, because the original idea that Gareth Edwards had was like Black Hawk Down. Something like like a war movie essentially, where they're trying to steal the plans for the Death Star. In my mind, that was always a clandestine operation. I didn't know there was a huge battle that ensued at the end of which, and I thought that movie would have been a lot more effective if it was a small, grizzled, rough.
I bet that movie probably would have been a lot better in the original form.
Yeah,
because I wasn't huge. I thought that, I don't know, like you can almost tell that the actors, because now watching Narcos Mexico with Diego Luna,
yeah.
He's so simmering. He's so good, and he's got such a presence. And I didn't see any of that in Rogue One.
Dull in that movie.
That was the one thing I can say about Rogue One, is that I really appreciated. Like, that was again sort of production design. I was kind of into it, and I thought that Ben Mendelsohn was really good.
He was really good.
I think that's one of those actors who, again, like I was talking about earlier, not the prettiest looking dude, but God, the charisma of character that he's got.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's absolutely stunning. You can't take your eyes off it.
Yeah.
Even what's that? The dude that I like, Adam Driver.
Yeah.
Like, man, the freaking character in that dude's face and how he just delivers lines in his voice.
There's another thing to consider with the dude that played Han Solo in this movie. Is like, who knows exactly how or what the performance was going to be in the original version of the film,
That's true too.
I mean, his casting could have worked a lot better towards the original vision of the film, and what it ended up being. It's so hard to tell.
There's one thing I'm appreciative of Solo, is that it sort of really torpedoed the origin movies that they were going to do. I have zero desire to see a Yoda movie.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
No desire. I wonder if the Disney streaming Star Wars shows are probably, because there might be a little bit more of a hands off. Like Favreau is doing. I mean,
you got Werner Herzog to be in it.
Yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, that might be some good shit right there. That might be some really good shit.
But anyways, I'm pretty sure if you hadn't told me Solo, in your estimation, was garbage, it lowered my expectations.
Probably by a lot, because I was raging about it.
But then I mean, like when it came out, I heard not very great things about it, and so I didn't even bother. Like every other Star Wars to date, I've seen in the theaters, and this is the first one I haven't seen since the very first one, since A New Hope. I've seen all the other Star Wars movies in the theaters. I sat through all the prequels in the theaters.
Yeah,
this is the first one I did.
I'll put it this way: it's definitely not. It's not as bad as the prequels. The prequels, I sit there just enraged and like amazed at like how bad they're like cartoonishly bad.
Yeah,
I kind of don't rate them as real Star. I think for a while now I haven't really rated them as real Star Wars movies.
They're a separate thing. They're like a separate universe of alternate universe of Star Wars.
They're so bad. Yeah, I can't get into what's her name, the dragon lady. Beyond her character in Game of Thrones, which I still kind of I don't know, like her character in Game of Thrones is kind of annoying too. Kind of, but then she has dragons, which is kind of cool.
Oh, Emilia Clarke.
I'm not really huge in her.
See,
in
the beginning of Solo, I was like, "What's going on here?" But at the end, I didn't mind. She was fine.
Yeah, I kind of feel that too.
Because I think at the beginning, maybe she doesn't do naive well or something. I don't know. Because that's what it's supposed to be in the beginning.
Right, right.
There are a couple bright-eyed kids who are trying to get off that planet. It was like Springsteen's Born to Run in outer space.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
And so maybe that's just not her wheelhouse. But by the end, when she was plotting and whatnot, it was fine.
Yeah,
I had no problem with that.
Yeah.
And that last shot of her when she was taking off and Han and Chewie were at the beach, that was okay. There's some decent acting there.
Yeah. Anyways, let's open it up to the floor here.
Yes.
But Ryan says the best part of the prequels is Aiden Christensen being burnt alive screaming, "I hate you." You know what I do like, though? Here's the thing. A lot of people worked on those prequels that deserve... For example, I don't know if they're still going to do it or not, but there was talk of Ewan McGregor reprising Obi-Wan for a movie of his own.
Yeah.
I think that'd be terrific. I love Ewan McGregor. I thought that was actually the one inspired bit I actually didn't mind Aiden. I thought a lot of the actors were actually really good in the prequels. Like Darth Maul even. Was it Ray Park?
Yeah.
I thought he was good as Darth Maul. That Darth Maul was a bright spot.
I thought they overdubbed his voice. That wasn't his voice.
Right.
So it was just his performance, like physically.
Yeah.
Okay.
He can be good as a mime, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson looked like he was phoning it in, but that's a really great choice.
Yeah.
To play a guy.
Yeah.
At any event. But no, Ewan McGregor, I thought that's a totally inspiring. And he's really seemed to be into the role.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that movie still happening?
I don't know. I think they're kind of shelved everything.
Except for like the main trilogy.
Except for episode 9 that J.J. Abrams is doing now.
Yeah.
Because they fired the guy that did that Jurassic World movie.
Yeah, thank God for that.
Yeah, Jurassic World? Yeah, that was terrible.
I thought it was a fun movie, but it wasn't a good movie.
Apparently the sequel's really bad. Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, I haven't even watched that one.
Yeah, Alex C's got it right. Man with No Name style Western about Obi-Wan on Tatooine.
Oh, man, I know exactly. Hold on. Obi-Wan
could be good.
Movie. Let's see here. If there's been any news on the Obi-Wan movie.
See, instantly I thought I was going to really dislike Han Solo because there was no scroll, or Solo. There was no scroll going on at the beginning of the film. They just had title cards.
Yeah, they had title cards that resembled the galaxy long, long away, far, far away.
That
whatever.
really just should have been the scroll.
Yeah, I know. They
And there was
should
no
always do a
da-da with the thing coming shooting at you.
Yeah.
But I don't remember if Rogue One started that way either. Because if they're separating the chapter. The
Yeah,
episode
I don't
doing
think
that
Rogue One had
versus
an intro.
scroll.
Dun-dun. I don't
Yeah,
think that
it
had
did
that.
either. Even have you watched Bandersnatch yet?
No, not yet.
You should watch that.
Yeah, Black Mirror is so heavy. I have to be in the right mood for it.
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching a bunch of other stuff lately.
James from Funhouse despises both of the Jurassic World movies. I only saw the first Jurassic World, and it was abysmal.
See, as an adult, I'm totally on board with that. I'm like, oh my God, it's like I was literally annoyed with those movies. But when you have to watch something 50 times because your child is so into it, then you're going to go crazy if you don't find some value out of it. So instead of going crazy, I just found some value out of it. Let's see here.
What's the news?
This is interesting.
Hold
on a second.
Have not watched any of the Fire Festival's documentaries. Depending on the Suplex Casey says Bandersnatch wasn't so heavy compared to the other episodes. Depending on the choices you pick, you can get a pretty lighthearted outcome, relatively.
Wait, what's that?
In Bandersnatch, there's some lighthearted moments, potentially depending on the
Oh,
choices
yeah?
you make. Yeah.
Ew. George Lucas might be shooting an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie next year.
Is that from 2014 or 2004?
Oh, no. They're just jumping all over something. This is weird. This is really weird. Boris Johnson, the politician in England, made some weird reference to it in a speech in Northern Ireland back in November. He said, which was the biggest grossing movie last year? Star Wars. And where does George Lucas propose to make a follow-up about Obi-Wan Kenobi? Northern Ireland.
Maybe he doesn't know that Lucas doesn't own the Star Wars properties anymore.
That could be. So first of all, it was indeed reported earlier this year that Obi-Wan film was set to begin production in Belfast in 2019, and that George Lucas himself was scouting locations in the region. However, since then, a lot has changed, with actor Ewan McGregor even saying a few months ago there are no plans for such a project anymore. That's a fucking bummer, man. I really want to see that movie. That's a drag.
Yeah, I think Netflix is getting sued for Bandersnatch because of Choose Your Own Adventure books. I guess they take umbrage with it.
The Choose Your Own Adventure book publishers
series, yeah,
are going after. I
believe so.
Wow. That's a concept that's been ripped off a couple times, I think.
Oh, several, yes.
Yeah.
Countless.
Well, that's really silly.
Yeah, Suplex Casey is right. That's kind of a spoiler. You don't want to read that, though.
Yeah, well, God damn it. I just said I haven't seen it, people.
But it is pretty funny.
Suplex Casey. I said such nice things about Suplex Casey pretty recently on our last Ask Stephen Larson.
Yeah.
Here he's spoiling things.
That's a good question, Alexi. Like, does Choose Your Adventure claim to ownership or the idea of any open-ended narrative? So any open-world RPG, potentially, video game?
Machinima did that, didn't they? They did like a...
There was, the Mives.
They were... Wait, the what?
They were called Mives. Machinima Interactive Video Experience or something like that.
They were using the annotations. Or no, the...
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, I did one.
Yeah.
I helped out another one.
That's cool.
The Halo one, I did that one.
You think it was cool?
It's all right.
Yeah.
I mean, the Halo one was like gameplay. It wasn't story based.
Oh yeah.
It was like a fast twitch. Can you kill this Covenant guy before he gets you?
Yeah.
It makes you start over. But the Halo one, yeah, I did that one.
The Rookie.
Yeah.
That's what I want to find out. How much each like video costs, and can we get that episode of game preview?
That's what you're focused on in the game preview.
Yeah.
All right.
That's what I really want the back catalog for. Game preview. I wonder if I have any little scripts. Game preview.
Game preview.
In the game.
The Rookie.
The Rookie. You're like, give it more energy, but be quieter.
Fred the Shed. Hey guys, can't remember we're having our Royal Rumble on Friday and then Fun Wrestling tomorrow.
Yeah, man. We got to really push that tomorrow. Fun Wrestling's happening tomorrow. Are you excited about it?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
I made my WCW World Title. Over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited about that because I got to put the first episode together for Thursday because we're going live on Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Are we getting any special guests for the Rumble stream? You should ask Hilton.
Yeah, he loves
that
the Rumble.
That dude's a mark for the Rumble.
Luchando loves the Rumble. Yeah, we can run it by him if he's not doing anything. If he's not doing some work thing.
Suplex Casey says, wearing my fun T-shirt as we speak. Again,
awesome.
Suplex, he's being buried in my eyes now. He's wearing the fun
he's
shirt.
Over.
Not
over.
WCW.
Totally over.
Joe Horace says, I used to watch RB and the Chief.
Oh, that's a good show.
Gamer Poop. Oh, Gamer Poop was my favorite.
Yeah, Gamer Poop was good too.
He said, I never knew about 10 for the Win until I found you guys when looking for wrestling podcasts.
Oh, Julia Morris is going to Phoenix on Thursday.
Ooh, that's cool.
That was interesting that somebody found a bookstore in relative proximity to, or at least in the same street as Chase Field.
Yeah, that was funny. That was good. Wait.
Yes, there's a Pro Wrestling Tees flash sale this Friday.
Did we get an email about that?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, look at that. Coupon code Rumble, 15% off. All right, well.
So I guess we can't use Rumble as our coupon code. Tucky it is.
No, we should use Rumble.
Tucky?
All right, we'll use Tucky. Because I was going to say, like, it'd just be easier for people.
Yeah, it's true. If you make a graphic, coupon code Rumble on both.
Promo code Rumble.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zach Stolpa says, deciding on lunch, what should you get at Portillo's? Oh, Portillo sounds good. Italian beef. Can't go wrong with Italian beef.
Like 3 hot dogs and just eat them all for me.
Man, those Italian beefs are so good.
Sounds so good.
I'm so hungry. I brought like lentil nachos for lunch today.
Lentil nachos.
Yeah.
Ricky Scurvy says, I literally bought shirts without a sale 2 days ago. I just gotta say, I think for us anyways, like if this discount code thing works out good, every pay-per-view we do, we're going to be doing a sale with at least a discount code or something. So yeah, we'll figure that out. Anyways, I gotta go. I got stuff to do. You got stuff to do.
Yeah, I got 2 episodes of Fun Wrestling to produce today.
I'll figure out, get this freaking episode up. Anyways, thanks so much, everybody. We talk to you later.
Bye.